Holstenberg has been dominant in 2 straight matches. You see those strings of strikes. She finally broke it with a ringing 10 in the 10th, but she defeated Shayna Ong, and now she will bowl for her 3rd major championship and 2nd Queens against the #1 seed, only 22 years old, from Latvia, Diana Zavjalova. And Diana, we asked her, a senior at Weber International, to tell us a little bit more about herself. From Riga in Latvia, 8-time member of the Latvian national team. First USBC Queens appearance, and she rockets to the top. And if you are a fan of college bowling, you're aware of Weber International's impact. She's the anchor bowler on the 2012 Intercollegiate Team Champions, the women's side, and one of 6 Weber International players in the 2013 Queens.
My name is Diana Zavjalova. I'm from Latvia, and I've been in the Latvian national team since 2006. And I studied in Florida, the Weber International University, and I'm a senior now, and I'm going to graduate in May. I'm majoring in sports business management. Been bowling since I was 11 years old. I gained a lot of knowledge at Weber because I didn't change much physical game, but knowledge is what helped me a lot, because without Weber, I wouldn't know, how to move, what ball to use, and when to move, and stuff like that. So it helped me a lot, actually.
She went from the number 43 seed after qualifying to the number 1 seed with a 6-0 match play record, averaging about 235. And Weber's got some support here, Chris.
Yeah, I believe that her head coach is in the stands here, Coach Randy Stoden.
We're going to have a Queens champion, either a brand new one, first major in the first Queens ever for Diana, or Leanne Holstenberg is going to be a major champion for a 3rd time. An explosive match is coming next. The USBC Queens from Vegas. So here we are. We're at the top of the stepladder. The number 1 seed, Diana Zavjalova, and number 3, Leanne Holstenberg. Leanne's 235 and then 249. And meantime, Shayna Ong is standing by with Carolyn Doran Ballard.
Shayna, I know it's not the end result you wanted, but you bowled awesome all week. I know you were very determined. I mean, you almost led the tournament up till the, one of the last 2 games. But you were very determined coming into this week. Why?
I guess, our country, we didn't do too good at the Worlds, so this tournament gave us extra determination to do better. And I guess, it was disappointing, but it was a great experience for me.
So we'll see you back here next year at the Queens, won't we?
Yeah, I'll try to come back again. Thank you.
Good luck. Great week. Back to you, Dave.
Thank you, CDP. I certainly hope she's able to make it. I know just the folks who are watching in Singapore, it's about a 15-hour time difference, I believe, and there are definitely going to be viewers. Only about 8 hours between Latvia and Las Vegas, and not much between Utah and Las Vegas, where Leanne Holstenberg will go first in the left lane for the championship of the 2013 USBC Queens. And I don't think the message is going to make it over the 10-pin that time.
Not that time. But not a bad opening shot, and as we've seen time and again, she gets stronger as the match progresses. Going back to Singapore, they didn't have a good World Championships, but they had 3 players in the top 8 in this tournament. Geraldine Shayna Ong, and Jazrael Tan.
Introducing the number 1 seed from Latvia, Diana Zavjalova.
And by the way, if somebody should throw a 300 in this game, and it won't be Leanne, but if Diana does it, Storm will present her with an additional $10,000. Well, a clean-looking shot from all appearances. Just couldn't get a break with the 10-pin.
It's the difference between what's a flat 10 and a ringing 10 here. Watch the 6-pin. Second one from the right as it goes up and around. Kind of an in-between one there. So the ringers go up around the top of it. That actually hit in front and still had enough to go in front and in back. Bit unlucky there.
Well, we got a good one for you this week on Sunday Night Baseball. Rookie sensation Yasiel Puig and the Dodgers, Joey Votto and the wild-card contending Reds, Dodgers-Reds, Sunday at 8 on ESPN, also live on the Watch ESPN app. Good matchup. Well, Diana's had an interesting career already, just 22 years old. Great success at Weber, and now meeting some individual success, and she's dealt with having been an individual star, coming to college in America and learning how to be a team player. And yet here she is again on this high individual stage. And nope, not going to make it over there either. So the pin's not quite cooperating.
Throwing one of the two cyclones that she's thrown the entire time. We're seeing time and again on this left lane, the ball get to this spot and push. It doesn't want to keep traction and go through the pins as good as it does on the right lane. Interestingly enough, she chose to finish on this lane, probably more so because you only get up in rotation 5 times. When you start on the left lane,
Well,
so you do it 7 times. This is a bad break. Letting Leanne get a couple of free frames to get into rhythm has been a bad strategy.
yeah, and it's not like she hasn't been out of rhythm. She opened in her first frame of the first match against Jen Higgins. And that's about the last mistake she's made. And she has strung big bunches of strikes in her victories. And then leaves that. So a little bit of a surprise here. I don't know, Chris, is this a nerve issue, do you think, with these two, or something else?
No, I don't think so. I think she actually just missed this one a little bit at the bottom, an unusual error. But if she gets a little quick with the first part, she gets a little grab and pull, and at the bottom she doesn't have time to create that feel at the bottom where she can hit it a little extra, throw a little softer. Everything gets moving a little fast, and that one just went shot right through the break point.
She'll just pick out one of the 3, and that might be something to think about for later. Stash that one away if this match is going to be tight. Gave up a pin and count, not able to make that very difficult, obviously. 2-4-10. You see what Leanne has done so far. But at any moment, she is so capable of 4, 5, 6, 7 consecutive strikes, as much as any player in this entire field. And we have 201 players and so many great champions, Hall of Famers, young stars. And Leanne certainly fits. And that's what the great ones do.
Going the way back, she kind of flipping her hand like she could feel it at the bottom again that time. She got around it, she flipped it, and made it come off that break point there. Much cleaner off her hand, and now it makes the move. Even on this tighter lane, it made that big move back. You just saw the rack.
Well, Diana never left the winner's bracket, of course, going 6-0, and she defeated some very good players, starting with Stephanie Nation in match play, then Leanne Halsenberg. She beat Leanne comfortably by 90 pins. That 10-pin got brushed and refuses to go down. And then, of course, in the match to determine the number 1 seed, defeated Shayna Ung by 60 pins.
Boy, and watch this one. 6-pin again. Taps it on the way by. Tell you what, she's got to feel like this lane owes her a couple of breaks here somewhere. That's 2 really good shots on that lane. Both times touched the 10-pin, neither time knocking it over.
Remember, she missed her last single pin spare, which was a 10. Took care of that rather comfortably. Stay close to Leanne. Well, Monday Night Football is back on ESPN, and it's a doubleheader. First at 6:55, it's the Eagles in Washington. Then at 10:15, Houston Texans battle the San Diego Chargers. Coverage begins with Monday Night Countdown at 5. Then Monday Night Football tomorrow at 6:55 and 10:15 on ESPN. You can also catch it live on Watch ESPN. We certainly thank you for joining us with Chris Barnes and Carolyn Doran-Ballard and our great ESPN crew. I'm Dave Lamont. Final match, 2013 USBC Queens. Okay, there's a break.
Yep. This is what she's looking for. Makes a little move off the last one. Changes balls on this lane. Going to the other cyclone. This time the 6 doesn't get hard enough to go around it. Stands up on the gutter and then leans over on top of it. This time a good break.
Yeah, this sport demands a sense of humor. And there you go. So Leanne gets a break.
She got the scout coming back across, but the 5-pin didn't get over there and hit the 7 like it was supposed to first.
Leanne has won this event before, 1999.
Uh-oh.
Got it. So far, the bowling ball has pretty much listened every time she's spoken to it, which certainly doesn't happen to everybody in this sport. And much like Carl Malone at the foul line, she's talking to herself on the approach. Oh, look at that. We've had some unusual pin action all throughout this event.
Right. She's struggling with her feel right now. Again, coming back and just, you could hear it when it hit the lane. It was a little steep. Wow. I'm not sure I've ever seen that one. Watch and see. It's the 7-pin. Actually goes back and a pin from behind knocks it back forward into the 4-pin.
That's a very big shot for Diana. You got to be kidding me. There we go.
You watch this. The 5 gets paralyzed, gets knocked out, and the ball knocks it right into the 4-pin as it's going behind it. Almost stands it right back up.
You know, it's one thing. This event is stressful enough, but when the pins appear to have their own agenda, it makes it even more stressful.
Well, yeah, and then, you know, the perception is when you leave that 5-pin that your ball didn't have any drive. Her ball actually hit it, and it trapped it in against another pin. Been very unlucky on this right lane so far.
Well, she left one single pin spare behind, but she's been clean ever since then. Max for her is 238.
Now watch one of the unique things in the women's game. There's no one that has this follow-through. In the men's tour, you see Michael Fagan have it. As she comes through, her follow-through actually goes left of her head. You only see that with people with very narrow hips and with a lot of shoulder tilt, where the right shoulder is much lower than the left. The ball is actually passing up underneath her head.
Zavyalova with a 3-pin advantage through 5. Championship match. There you go. Able to get a little drive on that 5-pin and a big shot for her. She's trying to win her first major. That woman is trying to win her 3rd major. In addition to the tiara, in addition to the check, you want the prestige of being called a major champion. Diana certainly knows what it's like to win at the college level. She was an anchor bowler for Weber International, but now she's on her own. There's the situation. It's a narrow fight for the USBC Queens Championship. A collegiate star from Weber International, Diana Zavyalova, with the advantage, and her coach, her former coach now, Randy Stoughton, standing by with CDB.
Yep, he is the head coach. He is the head coach of the Weber International Women's Team. He is the head coach of the Kegel Training Facility, which also is the USBC regional development facility promoting all of coaching, but you've got to be a little nervous. How are you feeling right now?
I am going crazy sitting over here. Of course, Diana is one of my greatest students, and Leanne, I've known Leanne since the 90s, and Hall of Fame, all this, all that, and the other. And, you know, you don't want to wish any harm to anybody, but I'm certainly pulling for Diana.
Well, you've done a great job. She's come a long way. I remember when she first came out there. So congratulations, and enjoy the rest of the match.
Thank you so much.
Thank you both very much. You know, the other thing that's interesting, if you all have watched college bowling before, and Chris and I have been fortunate enough to do it for the last 4 years, it is a whoop-de-doo, noisy event. And obviously not here. It's a completely different environment.
Much different to be on your own than be in a team environment where everything is so high energy.
Oh, cannot believe that. It looked like a fabulous, fabulous shot.
Well, this is some of what Diana's had so far. That 6-pin again, just wrapping right around the bottom of the 10. The true ringing 10. That was probably her best shot of the game. Would have put her back in the lead.
And she'd had some trouble on this lane. And she missed it. Yep, you heard her. She missed it. We've had a couple of those from each player. And suddenly that hole now is a 15-pin disadvantage. And it almost looks like Diana is trying to process that break she has.
It's a very different environment, but she does have some experience. She bowled very well at the World Singles last summer. Medaling in that event. Key shot to get back on track for Leanne.
Got it. That 10-pin that time got buried by the 6. And again, her experience, the best she can shoot is 213, and Zavyalova can shoot a 238.
The ring 10 is just a huge turnaround. That's a 30-pin turnaround right there. It carries the first time to 3-bagger, and she has the 17-pin lead and said she's down by 15.
She's had 2 opens in this match. She had a split in the 2nd frame, and then a mini disaster in the 6th. And reaction says it all. Diana has taken control of the match at a great time through 7.
Picked a perfect time to throw her best shot of the entire game. She's thrown some very good ones on that lane. None of them went through the pins any better than that one.
$20,000 to the winner, that trophy, that tiara, and you're a major champion. And Zavyalova is 22 years old, and this is the first time she has bowled in this event. Got it on the 7. That's clutch bowling, a 3-bagger, opening up a 35-pin advantage, and still could shoot that 238.
It's an amazing week. She's got 3 more frames. This one gets further right. She caught a handful of this one. Makes it up the hill on this tighter lane, down lane. Gets them to mix up and finally hit each other. Key 3-bagger to take advantage of Leanne's open. Must strike.
Yeah, she never liked it.
It listened and made it back from a spot that no other player's really been able to get it back from, but this time it didn't strike either. This goes way right of that tracer down there. No one's got it back from that spot. It actually made it back easily and would have been better to hit just a little bit lighter, probably would have carried.
What the?
Oh my. No explanation for that. That's 2 single pins on the same lane. I don't know if that makes any difference at all, Chris. You would know better than I. But
It's really been an issue with the spare ball. Every spare has been, all the misses have been left. There's been 3 of them now. and then a couple of close calls, and they've been close, you know, on the left side as well.
Let me ask you to a little Bo Burton math here. For Diana to win, what has to happen?
Not a whole lot at this point. Leanne's best score is 181. Diana's already at a 2-0 pace. Good count twice and 1 mark.
So Leanne Hulsenberg may have to wait another year for that Queens. 1999 was her first 2011 U.S. Open. In the meantime, you may be looking at a first-time Queens winner, and Diana Zavjalova. Good looking shot all the way.
This is really good here. Just like the last one, she got it right to that same tracer at 10. Another ringing 10. She's thrown some excellent shots on this right lane without a whole lot of reward. However, those last 2 strikes there, maybe all she needs.
Ever so close to joining an unbelievably distinguished list of champions. We've had 2 in the final 5. Linda Barnes, who lost in the first match, and of course Leanne Hulsenberg.
All she needs on this shot is 3 pins.
I like her chances.
Very much so.
Here's the last 10 champions. Look at this list. Deandra Asbady, of course. Missy Parkin in 2011. She broke through. Kelly Kulick has won this twice in the last 10 years. There's Linda in 2008. Liz Johnson, one of the best bowlers in the world. Shannon Pluhowski, the super talented lefty. Tennille Milligan. I mean, Wendy McPherson, a great player. Marianne, I mean, that's just a great field. And 3 pins away, Diana Zavjalova is right there. She's going to get them. Barely, but she got them. That's probably not what she was hoping for, but she's got it.
Everybody's doing the math, but that's enough.
I don't know if it's hit her just yet.
This one's a little inside of target. I'm sure it's just make sure you hit the head pin here. That one cuts through the heart, leaving the 3, 4, 6, 7, 10.
I suspect she's done the math too.
Yeah,
Weber,
she knew she just needed to stay behind the foul line there to win.
Weber's got a good business school. They deal with numbers.
Turned into a pretty good bowling school too.
They've made a huge impact in college bowling, men's and women's. And one of their players has gone on to become a major champion. Get to know the name. Diana Zavjalova has defeated a Hall of Famer to win a major championship. Leanne Hulsenberg was magnificent in her 2 matches getting to this championship. And I think it's now sunk in on Diana that she's got it. We'll, of course, have the trophy check and tiara presentation and a few words from our Queen's champion.
Very uncharacteristic game from Leanne. An excellent spare shooter, as with 27 titles, you don't get there without being one. Unfortunately, a bad time to miss a couple, and had a big impact on this match.
You go back to that miss, that ringing 10. Leanne knows the way to where the trophies are. Congratulations, Diana Zavjalova. We'll meet her. You'll hear from our new champion. Only 22 years old, still in college. And she joins a great list. Appreciative crowd on hand here at Sunset Station, concluding a tremendous run of bowling here. Some of the finest players in the world on the men's and women's side. And count Diana among them now. We'll meet our new champion when we return to Sunset Station in Henderson. The 2013 USBC Queens belongs to the super talented Diana Zavjalova. Your USBC Queens Champion for 2013, Diana Zavyalova, defeating the Hall of Famer Leanne Hulsenberg in her first Queens event ever. She is the champion. There you see the step ladder. 2 Hall of Famers, Linda Barnes and Leanne Hulsenberg, in here, and 3 others looking for their first Queens, but only one emerges, and she will join that distinguished list of past Queens champions 2013, and she'll also take home a beautiful tiara from our previous champion. Here she is. Here's Diana from Weber International. Made it look easy, it seems. I know it's not that easy, but let's bring out our past champion first off. Deandra Asbady with a tiara. Deandra passing along 2012 to now 2013. But we have more because we like to bring Dave Sims out from Storm Bowling Products. Dave's the president. He's got a $20,000 check for Diana. Yeah. Don't let Barnes get a hold of that. And the executive director of the USBC, Stu Upson, with the trophies. All right, Diana, I suspect that not everybody in their first Queens has won it. Has it sunk in yet?
No, not yet. I'm probably going to wake up tomorrow morning and just realize, this is not a dream, but it's just a dream come true. I can't believe it.
You talked at the beginning of the show with Carolyn Doran-Ballard, who certainly understands this position as well as anyone, about nerves and managing that. How did you do that?
It was really difficult to stay calm, especially after my second shot when I whiffed the 10-pin. I just went, oh no, is it really going to be that way? But then I just mentally stayed strong, and I just reminded myself, just one shot at a time. That's all I was thinking about the whole week, and it worked fine.
Now, after the second frame, it looked like you made a ball change. What keyed up that whole move for you?
I was using my other cyclone like the whole week, and I had so much confidence with it because I just, scored real well. And after the first 2, 10 pins I left, I was just like, I had to change something because I saw Leanne, she had a, pretty good look too. So I had to change something and just, go for it. That's what I did.
Well, it was a fantastic run throughout the week. As we've known, you both great all week, but that doesn't always translate to success here on TV. Anything else that was different today from the rest of the time?
Oh yeah, nerves just killed me because there's all the people here and lights, and it's super hot here, and the lanes were a little different, more different than I thought it would be. But I don't know, I'm just living my dream.
Well, Diana, congratulations. A college champion with Weber International in 2012 as the anchor bowler, and now the USBC Queens champion for 2013. Diana Zavyalova wins over Leanne Hulsenberg 190 to 160 to capture the 2013 USBC Queens here at Sunset Station just outside of Las Vegas.